Hey there, good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, we're going to do a kind of a one off show. I do these on occasion. One of my shows that I used to do regularly, but I used up most of the material I had and I wasn't really enjoying it all that much anyways, because a lot of the stuff I had, well good, but not a great. This, on the other hand, is very different. So we're doing an episode of The Live Experience here, which will feature this album or collection by Steve Hackett. This is The Live Experience, I believe it's called. No, Total Experience, sorry. Total Experience, which is live in Liverpool, of course, the home of the Beatles. And so he decided to do this here. It's a 4-disc collection. As you can see, you got 2 DVDs and 2 CDs. So I've listened to the entire thing, all 4 of the discs. Thought it was great. The concert was probably the best part of it. If I'm being honest, that was the best part of it. Getting to see him play guitar live and see all the other musicians, I thought that was fantastic. Every time I see this guy, my opinion of him gets even more. So basically for the DVD and most likely for the CDs, because the CDs are actually just, sorry, I got something here, are just replicas of the DVD, really, I think. So you've got Steve Hackett here on guitars and vocals, Roger King on keyboards, Nad Sylvan on vocals and tambourine, Gary O'Toole on drums, percussion, and vocals, Rob Townsend on saxophone, woodwind and percussion, vocals, keyboards, and bass pedals. And then you got Ryan Stott bass on bass, Varix, 12-string, and vocals and guitar as well. And then there's some special people that come to do various different parts. The 2 main ones, of course, John Hackett, which is his brother. I didn't see the instrument he was playing, but I wasn't really all that familiar with it. And it doesn't say anything about it on here, which is kind of weird. And then you got Amanda Lehman, however you want to pronounce it, also on the album. So, yeah, some very good quality musicians here. And the way in which they did it was great. I thought all the representation of the material was very spot on the originals. Not a huge difference in sound, especially the vocals. I thought Nad was fantastic, as I have seen him in the past doing stuff too. He's just spot on. He doesn't sound like Peter Gabriel, but the tone in which he sings in, the representation of the vocals on the originals, he nails that all pretty good. He's a fantastic guy. Ryan Stott, who is with the Flower Kings, I thought was great as well. Rob Townsend, for me, was the big guy. Yes, both Roger King and Gary O'Toole were good, solid, did everything you expected of them. Very surprisingly spot on with everything. But I thought Rob Townsend was fantastic, playing those saxophones and the flute and some of the other instruments. He impressed me with his abilities. I did not know much about him before this, but I was impressed with his abilities. He was that extra instrumentation that you don't normally get from just your regular bands with their guitar, bass, drums, keyboards. You get that here with him, with all of his gifts and abilities to play all these different instruments. So he just fantastic musicianship. So they did, just want to get a little bit, if I can find it here. Thought it was on this part, but it isn't. Oh, it's on the back. Okay, so you've got on the DVD, you've got basically 23 tracks in total, with the second CD pretty much all Genesis stuff, with the exception of the Shadow of the Hierophant, which is on Voyage of the Acolyte, which is a Steve Hackett album. But they put it on the second side in with the Genesis stuff that he did. So the first album ends with a tower shrunk down. He does play a few tracks from Voyage of the Acolyte here. Ace of Wands being the one that I most like of them all. But everything is pretty good. Lots of stuff from his Wolflight album, obviously, because I think that came out around the same time period as this. I'm not even sure what the time period is for this. It says 2016, but that may be the re-record. I'm not sure. I believe it was, I think it was the same time period. All this, of course, filmed at the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall in Liverpool, of course. So the tracks on side one, all on the first DVD, on the DVD, they started out playing all of the Steve Hackett stuff from his solo stuff, all pretty solid. Then they go into the Genesis stuff, and I think there's like 8, maybe 10, 8 or 9 tracks anyways from Genesis, plus the Shadow of the Hierophant, which kind of starts off on the, if you're going by the CDs, they split them into two, the Hackett stuff on first CD, and then the Genesis and Shadow of the Hierophant on the second CD. And again, spot on, because I think they're just recreations of the DVD, but without the video. So they did do Can Utilities and the Coastliners. I was very happy with that. That's one of my favorite Genesis songs. Very well liked song. I think a lot of people like this song. I love it. I think it's one of their best. They also did Get 'Em Out by Friday, which was kind of funny. I always like that track, but it's a bit of a quirky song. The Cinema Show was fantastic. I thought Vad was fabulous on that. And the keyboard solo by O'Neill. I think it's O'Neill, right? Am I wrong here? No, sorry. I was wrong. It's Roger King on the keyboards. He was spot on. Did a masterful job on that track, because that's one of my favorite Genesis songs. And part of the thing I really enjoy about that particular track is the keyboard solo, which I think he nailed specifically well. And they did The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway on this as well. And Music Box, two very famous songs by Genesis. They did them spot on. They were fantastic. And then they ended off the last song they did on the album, First the Fifth, which was unbelievably well done. Fantastic tune. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. The DVD I thought was great. The CDs spot on, hitting everything you want them to hit. Both of them, I played them both from beginning to end. Thought they were spot on, and of course just replicas of the DVD. But yeah, it's a great collection of music here. If you like Steve Hackett or you like Genesis, you're gonna love this. And then they gave you this bonus DVD, which is basically him signing autographs, talking about the music in general, interviews with some members of the band, at least on the album. Steve Hackett's wife was on here as well, so just a really good collection of well done Genesis stuff and Steve Hackett stuff. Now, I don't think any of the members of Genesis are doing anything like this, but yeah, just fantastic. I can't say enough about it. I don't know what else to say about it other than I really enjoyed it. I thought Steve played fantastic stuff on the guitar, as he normally does. The guy's just incredibly gifted individual. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Steve Hackett's The Total Experience live in Liverpool, home of the Beatles, of course. And if you get a chance, you should give this a check either online or buy it. It's whatever. I don't even remember what I paid for it. I think it was in the 20 to 25 range. I can't remember, but I thought it was well worth every dime that I paid. Anyways, take care and have yourself a good day and good evening. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. You want to make any comments, you can also do that in the comment section below. And we will see you probably tomorrow night or tomorrow morning for another episode from the series we're running, which is my 31 favorite new wave bands. So hopefully I'll see you then. Take care and have a good one. Goodbye.